We are talking Civil War with Leo Chilson and Chilson.
Not Civil War.
Well, we were talking Civil War
that's right.
earlier, but we actually were talking about.
Did you see that? He called him out.
Indian Wars.
Calling me out.
Whoa.
We're talking about the Indian Wars now.
We're on the Indian Wars for the last two
and we're
books.
talking about
New book?
This is
Custer and where he was killed.
I mean, it's his.
He's going to ask questions on my show. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. This is the third book in my Road to Destiny series called Blood in the Hills. And it's from 1874 to 1877. Now, let me ask you a question. If somebody says, what do you know about the Battle of the Little Bighorn? What do you know? Tell me.
Just Custer, that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay, but Custer, yes, he got killed and his men with him, right? But, you know, people don't realize that the Little Bighorn battle, there's actually 5 battles involved.
At the same time?
It's
Going
5.
on okay.
There was 5. You had the original attack, which was the first one. Now, everybody, when you think the Last Stand, you think of Custer. But there was actually 3 separate Last Stands. You had Lieutenant Calhoun with his troops. They were overrun first. Then Captain Keogh and his men were overran next. Then Custer and his. So that's 4. And then the last one took place on the bluff where the remaining soldiers held off the Indians until the help arrived.
Okay.
But people don't realize that. But Blood in the Hills, it's the last part of the book is the Little Bighorn battlefield. The first part, it's one of the characters, Lieutenant Nichols from the second book. He's in the 7th Cavalry. At the end of the second book, he was thinking about leaving because he didn't like Custer. Well, at the beginning of this story, he's still in the Army, but it goes and flashes back to a year before, it's back and forth, so you can see why he actually decided to stay in the Army. And then it goes to the Little Bighorn battlefield. And in this book, there's Indians that are mentioned. They were actually in the battle. I had to put some of them where I needed them. If I had them killed in the battle, they were actually killed in the battle. If they were wounded in the battle.
So historically correct.
This is historically, and if they were wounded or whatever, a couple of the soldiers that I mentioned, if it's a certain incident with them, it actually happened.
Now, is Custer a character in the book?
Yeah, Custer's in the book.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
When you think of Custer, you think, and he's been depicted in movies and books as being a little crazy, a little arrogant, a little out there. Is that what you found in your research?
I do not like Custer at all. But he did. He was, he's just like you say. And he was like that. And everybody considered him to be the best Indian fighter there was. And that's why he was actually, just before the expedition, he was arrested and removed from office by President Grant. But the other General Terry and Sherman wanted him back because he was their best Indian fighter. But he was, like you say, arrogant. And his orders, it's really debated in history, that he actually disobeyed his orders by going up to Little Bighorn and ended up in the battle. He was supposed to wait at a specific place and then meet up, and he totally did it. And it's really is an interesting time in history. Now let me ask you a little Sitting Bull. Everybody well knows that Sitting Bull was with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, right? So how long do you figure he was with just take a guess.
A year. 1 year maybe.
Year?
Longer.
It's about 4 months.
4 months, okay.
I'm just going to try to outdo you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say.
fall in the lead.
No, that's fine.
No, it's but he was just with them for 4 months. And
did he die on the show, or did they?
No.
Yeah, what?
He 4 months, and he just got tired of being doing that, and he just left. He was getting $50 a week and $1 for every postcard that he signed his name.
He probably was appalled at the whole scenario of being on.
Pardon?
He was probably appalled at being put on as a showpiece.
It probably at the end it was, but the thing is, he's the reason people came out. He's, as I put it in the book, is an oddity. Okay, it's like if he was the one that was blamed for the Custer battle, and you see his pictures and everything, but then you actually see the real Indian. I mean that's what the people wanted.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And he really didn't do anything in the show except come out and ride around in circles, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's looking, he's the one that killed Custer, what everybody thinks. So, but it's
And this, what's the initial story of the book?
fun.
The initial story of the book. You just are the
Well,
characters.
the story in the book is the character in here is Lieutenant Nichols. Okay, he's a lieutenant in the 7th Cavalry, and so he's all through the story. So you're going to, it's why did he stay in the Army, and then it follows him through. It's got characters from the second book in there.
So it's the entire book's from his perspective.
Right.
Okay.
And it follows through. And I mean, even the Indians part of the battle, we see it from their side. It's not.
Okay. Which
where
is not all that often you see that. You see it from the military side.
But not the-
Yeah, you see it from both sides. You're going to see if you're the Indian, and then I have my character. I had them put 4 characters in places where they were going to be killed, and so I had to figure out. But so say you're the one character, I have you do your fight, and then you're killed. Well, then she's the Indian that ends up doing. Well, then we follow her scene.
I gotcha.
And where the two of you meet.
Okay.
And where the fight ends. So it was just a combination of getting everybody in the right place, and then I have a long list of names of Indians. I had to move everybody around and get them everybody there. And I'm already.
Yeah, you're going to be at the Boone County Library for a book signing?
Now the Boone County Library, they haven't got their copies yet because I just got the books in.
Okay.
And the people in Mountain Home, bad news for you, is that they're not over there because the person in charge, Laura, I contacted her several times about the book, and she just blew me off.
Uh-oh.
And so if you want it over there, then get hold of her and let them know.
Yeah, contact the...
but
Whatever, I don't know.
it's
What
in
library name is.
large print, and it's in regular print too.
Okay.
But you'll
and
be
I'm already-
signing.
4 chapters into the 4th book,
Okay.
which is going to be a completely.
What's the day you're going to be at the library here in Boone County?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah, we've already had one there, but.
Oh, you've already had.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
That's
okay.
coming
But I'm
on.
trying to.
But the book is there. It's available to.
yeah, it's going to be. We got to hopefully.
And
I
you-
just got these in.
And you have 2 versions: large print
Yeah, large print
and regular print. So you'll have both of those available.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the old geezers like me will be able to read the book a little bit
Well,
easier.
you can go back and read your own words and say, oh yeah, I did write that.
It's sometimes I go through and I reread, and I go, where did I come up with this? I can't, I can't believe this. But it's, like I say, I'm already 4 chapters into the 4th book.
Oh, well, what's
And
what's
it's gonna
what's
be-
that
What's
going to be
the
called?
Story
Pardon?
there.
What's the title of that book?
That one's going to be Blood in the Forest.
Okay.
And that one, if you've read the first book with Blood in the Battlefield, and then when you read the 4th book, you're going to be in for a total shock.
Uh-oh.
I have a big surprise in there.
Oh.
Really
So would you call these the Blood series?
No, this is the Road to Destiny series.
Road to Destiny. I know
Okay.
they had blood in all the titles.
Yeah, that's just the way it was. I had asked a couple of people and said, I need a different title. And I said, I need one that's going to attract their attention. And
That was it.
Okay.
The blood in,
The blood one won.
The blood was getting
Okay.
there, but it's got comedy in it, and it's the stories. I've had people stop me in the library and tell me how much they like them.
Well, good.
Good.
That kind of makes
Well,
you feel good.
we'll send a little personal invitation to the Donald W. Reynolds Library over in Baxter County to pick up these books. Are you charging for the books?
The library. Yeah, they got to buy the book.
Yeah, but it's going to be a good a book
Investment.
for people to
Yeah,
to,
it is.
to
I mean,
check
the
out.
library
Yeah.
here,
They can't. They want more copies, right?
yeah, they did. They had 2 copies of the first one, and they're the first ones to buy the book when they come out. And I go by every once in a while and check, and they're not on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting stories, and like I say, they're all historically accurate as I can get
Sure.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just. But if you're around any libraries, I do. I like to go to libraries and do meets and talks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a library near you and you know somebody who might want to set something up, let me know. 'Cause
Okay.
All right.
I give a darn good talk and keep everybody interested.
Well, that's good.
But
Well, if people down in Mountain View, there's a library there. If there is your book in the Mountain View area.
I'm trying to get hold of these libraries to get them interested. I mean, I've been like what happened with Mountain Home, but Yellville and Harrison Library, boom, they took it just like that.
Sure.
But it's just getting to the. I even have it set up with Amazon that libraries, if they buy it from Amazon, they actually can get it at a lot lower cost
Okay.
than what it's actually listed at.
Well, if you're a viewer out there and you would like to see Leo's books in your library, contact the I don't know what they're called.
Pardon?
I don't know what the representative of the library.
Yeah,
the
director. Sometimes
the director. Okay, the director
or-
of the library. Have them to ask for Blood in the Hills and Blood on the Battlefield, and also
and blood on the plains.
Blood on the
Okay.
Plains.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leo.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Come
it.
back sometime, and we'll.
Well, when the 4th book comes out,
Yeah.
hopefully by the end of the year, then we'll do
You'll
it
be back.
again.
Okay.
All right.
But also, people, you can get hold of me. They should have put it up. And
where
you
can we get a hold of you?
Jitterbug 1899 at George Martha Zena, and just put autograph in the comment section.
Okay.
And I'll get the book to you autographed at a cheaper rate,
can
the
buy it
same rate
direct.
that I charge
Okay.
the library. And but people enjoy the books, so hopefully you'll give it a try and help me keep on my feet.
Well,
All right.
we don't allow stinkers on the show, so your book is a good one.
And you've let me on 3 times now.
We don't.
You're
let
still
stinkers
here.
on the-
Unbelievable. So anyway,
Well,
but-
good. Well, we're always welcome, and we're always happy to feature your new books.
yeah, we appreciate it. So we can just keep plugging away. At least keeps
That's what you got to do.
keeps you in business and keeps the
Oh, yeah.
libraries.
You keep our ratings up there at their highest.
Well, of course I am. What can I say? I'm hey, and I'm humble too, folks.
Oh, yes,
I really am.
Exactly.
We know that. Thanks, Leo.
Thanks
My
Good luck to
pleasure.
you, buddy.
Appreciate
Good
it.
luck to you.
Good to
Yeah.
see
We're
you
going to
again.
take a quick break, and when we do, we're going to have Deborah Langston, also Trinity Langston, and their cohort, Clark Middleton, to talk about a play that's coming up right here in Harrison at the Lyric Theater. Stay with us.